Today is another 15-minute workout. Posted one of these already. This is day 2 in that routine. Day 1 was really built around 2 big compound movements, and now day 2, we do have 1 compound movement in here, but then there's 2 other additional movements that are a little more isolation focused. Since we just kind of hammered our entire body, now we're gonna kind of focus on some more isolation movements. This is gonna help you to recover faster, because when you're someone with a high stress life, not a lot of time, this is the most optimal way in order to be able to build muscle. So for starters, we're gonna send a signal to our central nervous system to turn on and to get mobile, just like we did in the last workout. So we're gonna start by down on the ground with prone snow angels. So for the prone snow angels, it's very important for shoulder health. So my face is gonna be down, touching the floor. You're gonna start with your hands back behind you. I'm gonna grab my wrists or my hands, try to pull them up. And what you're doing is pulling your shoulders up and back. You're gonna try to tuck them in your back pocket. I'm gonna try and bring my hands right up to my shoulder blades as far as I can. Hold that, squeeze, squeeze, and then you're gonna release, keeping my arms up. This is about engaging. This is not about stretching. I'm trying to activate the muscles in these immobile positions. Get out here. I want my palms to the sky as much as I can. I'm gonna reach. Try to touch my shoulder blades, hold, out, then bring it back around. And then bring it up. And we're gonna do that movement one more time. Squeeze, and then bring it down. Try to keep them tight as I rotate around, keeping my shoulder blades packed until I get out here. Palms to the sky, touch, and back around. You might only be able to do one, you might not be able to do any at all. That's okay, just keep working on trying to activate in that position. All right, the next we're gonna do is lizard with rotation. So I want one foot in front of you, your hand about a foot to 2 feet away from you. You could be a little wider. This is about opening up those hips and shoulders. So what you're gonna do is it's gonna feel like a stretch at first, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be activating. You're activating the muscles in these positions. So this is important for getting some hip health and shoulder health. It's really about opening up your hips, strengthening that internal external rotation. So I'm gonna bring my arm up. The goal is to be as straight as possible with your top hand all the way down to your bottom hand. And when I'm doing this, I'm trying to open up my back. I'm activating my back in order to open. And I'm pushing with this hand. I'm gonna open. Don't allow my knee to cave out. Most people, the tendency is gonna wanna be to do this. I want that knee as straight as possible. Open up, and I'm gonna go and swing under and squeeze. I'm gonna squeeze my core and reach down underneath behind me. Again, don't let that knee cave out. I wanna keep that knee stable. Then I'm gonna go up. Breathe through the movement because you're supposed to be squeezing and activating. Up, and then down. I did 3, try to do 3, 2, 5. I'm gonna do these other ones from the side so you can see it from the side. Again, I'm about 1.5 to 2 feet away. If you need to, open it up a little bit more. I'm gonna reach up, activate, squeeze and reach under, and then up, squeeze and reach under, and then last one, squeeze and reach under. Now, for this last thing, what I want you to do is just some loosening up of your hips. This helps kind of warm up your hips. Even though we're not gonna need them as much for this workout, it's still important for knee health. We're gonna sit here, it's called 90-90 rocks. Your legs at a 90-degree angle, feet out in front of you, and we're just gonna go back and forth, touching that knee to the ankle. This should feel good. You might not even be able to get there, but your focus and goal is to then to be able to get to that point. Now this workout is workout 2 in an entire program that I'm actually gonna have right up over here down in the description below. Kids are awake, everybody's coming down. This is the way that my workouts usually go. Morning, buddy. Yeah, I see. So you can grab that full program. There's actually 3 other phases that are very critical in order to be able to maximize your muscle growth and your fat loss. So we're just gonna do a few more of these. but I'm gonna take you through the entire first phase and give you all of that. You could run this indefinitely, but you're gonna get more results if you can vary up the programming, which is what I do in this program. And you're gonna get full tutorials. You're gonna get a very special tool that I actually use with only my coaching clients that is gonna massively help your recovery so that you can get there faster and not have to struggle with getting results. You're gonna have specific nutrition tips as well. I'm gonna help you with the most important things that matter. And the best part about it is you actually get 4 programs in one, which so far I've not yet seen anybody do a bundle like this, where it's one program with 4 different workout programs built within it, because I want this to be tailorable to your own life. So with that said, let's get into our first movement. Our first movement is actually going to be standing shoulder press. So beyond my weights, the only thing that I'm going to have is my phone for a stopwatch, because there's 3 movements, 30 seconds of rest in between each set. Now most people try to combine movements. It's going to be messy. It might look cool, but it's not the most effective. Structuring your programs like this is the most effective. It's time tested. It's the way to actually transform your body. So I'm gonna hit the stopwatch as soon as we start here. But the only other thing I wanna mention is that I also keep my trusty notebook here. You need something to write this down with. It could be on your phone, it could be an app, but this is what keeps me progressing. This is what actually helps you build muscle, because if you don't know what you did last week, and you might think you did, I know, I used to be there, you have to write it down, because it's very easy for your body to move into a status quo. But in order to build muscle, you've got to progressively overload. That just means challenging your body a little bit more the next time. So with that said, we're gonna hit start. And I've got my dumbbells here. Now the goal here for each of these sets, I want you to get as close to failure within 12 to 15 reps. So pick a weight that's gonna allow you to get to 12 to 15 reps without quitting, without losing the form. So we're gonna feet shoulder width apart. What am I trying to get? What are my reps? See, I gotta look back. I gotta get 12 reps with these. So focus, keep your core tight, your glutes tight as well, core tucked in. Bring the dumbbells up. Now we're gonna go up, 1. And I want you to focus on bringing your elbows to your ears. That's gonna help you engage those delts. This is an incredible compound movement, really important for real world strength. It's 5, 6, 'Try to breathe through that movement. 10, I'm starting to slow down. You'll start to arch as you lose your form. Okay, only got 11 that time. So as soon as I start arching, I know I'm done. 30-second rest. Now with that, get your breath. The only thing I want you doing is writing down the specific number of reps that you did. So I've got my only 11 reps. But see, this is why it's so critical, because you got to know what you did the week before. Okay, we got about 10 seconds. I try to give people 15 to 30 seconds of rest. Less, you're going to be breathing even more heavy. Probably got to pick a lighter weight, because remember, these are fast sets. And I am basically out of time. I'm going to drop my dumbbells because I want to hit that 12 to 15 reps. I'll turn to the side so you can see it from the side. Again, feet shoulder width apart, squeeze the glutes. Morning, my love. Keep that core tight. Press up. Elbows to ears. That's 7 minutes. 8. See, I'm starting to lose that stability. one more. Okay, form wasn't so great, so I usually write that down. See, my form is starting to suffer. I really want to get a little bit more, but you'll see the focus there is to get as close as I possibly can to failure without actually hitting failure. Because for people like you and me, if we're hitting failure way too often, your body's not going to adapt. Your body's going to recover. When you're trying to build muscle and have fat loss, you've got to be focused on creating a safe environment for your body, one where it wants to adapt. Okay, we've got about 15-ish seconds left. And again, what I'm going to do is write down, that was set number 2. I've got 2 more sets on this. Now I hit 12 reps. I'm going to stick with the same dumbbells. I got 30-pound dumbbells right now. We are out of time. And here we go. Next set. Good form right there at the end. 11 reps that time. I'm gonna write that down. We've got 30 seconds. Take a deep breath. We've got one more set. Just one more set. And then we're gonna move on. I've got my 11 reps. A lot of times too, what I'll note down. I'm not speaking Spanish. So our rest is actually up now because I lost another rep. I'm dropping the weights down again. Try to pick one that you can be consistent with the entire time, but if you need to, drop the weight. Here we go. 4, 6. Keep that core in tight. 7. Sometimes I'll give myself just a quick breather here if I really want to hit the rep range that I want. Just a couple seconds to bring it back up. Okay, I got 13. Whew. Okay, that's that. Now, we're gonna move on to a traditional bicep curl. But there's some cues that I really want you to focus on in order to make this the most effective. So first I'm gonna write that down. I've only got about 20 seconds left, if that. Write that down. I usually try to notate my form as well. Did I have good form? Did I have poor form? Did I lose form towards the end? So you can do these seated. I prefer to do them standing for this workout because it's a faster paced workout. Short rest periods in between. I gotta check to see what I did. Make sure I've got these same dumbbells because it's so easy for you to forget or to think you did the same amount when you didn't actually do it. So feet about shoulder width apart. I rest the dumbbells just on the front of my quads here. And I wanna keep my shoulder blades tight, and you're gonna squeeze those biceps and almost arc your wrists up towards your biceps. Here we go. 1, 2, squeeze at the top, control it on the way down. 3, try to keep your core tight as well. 4. I want you rocking. Don't rock to get the dumbbells up. It's about squeezing. 5. Great faces. Okay, I got 12. Put those down. 30 seconds rest. Shake out your arms if you need to. because this is gonna be a lot. Holy cow. Don't forget, before you move on to the next one, we gotta write that down. I'm telling you, writing down is critical, because if you don't write it down, your body will easily find the easiest path to get from point A to B. It'll prevent you from being able to progress. Progression is the key here. Writing this down, we got decent form, pretty good form, except towards the end there. And now I'm gonna move, because I only hit 12 reps, I'm gonna drop my dumbbells down, and we are out of time. On to the next move. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see this. Squeeze the glutes, pull in the core, keep tight shoulder blades. I don't want to be doing this. If you're doing that, that's not good form. You're probably maxed out. You should drop the weight. Nice and stable. Give yourself a breather if you need to. Whew. Okay, we're getting there. 9. Plus 10. Then here's. I had a little bit. Whew. Oh my goodness, that burns. Oh, shake out the arms. That burns, burns, burns. We got one more set of the standing bicep curls, and we're gonna move on to our last movement, and then you're done. You're done for the day. We're only at 9 minutes and 50 seconds right now, folks. And you could do this even faster, because I'm talking. I'm trying to chat it up with you here. So we had 12 reps. I'm gonna see if I can hit 12. Again, I'm gonna focus on good form. Here we go. We're out of time. Let's do these one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can already tell I'm not gonna make it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the 30s. I'm gonna drop down to 20s. Quickly finish out this set, and I'm gonna notate that down. 1. Okay, there we go. I got 12, but you see, I had to drop the weight mid-set. You can do that. You can do that. But what I'm gonna do is actually write that down. 30s for 6 reps, and then 20s for 6 reps. There we go. Now, our final move here, we've got about 20 seconds to set it up, is the skull crusher. And I do these with dumbbells because, again, all of these workouts you're gonna be able to do from home. That's the point, because I don't have time to go to gym. I want to be able to do this from home. In this program too, the rest of this program, if you grab the full thing, which by the way, it's discounted 40% right now for a very limited amount of time. But I want to get this as cheaply as possible to as many people as possible, because moms and dads out there need this. And the focus here is that I give you all the alternative exercises. If you want to do this with bands, dumbbells, or if you do have a rack, you can use a rack as well. But I give you the alternatives so that you know how to do this. We're out of time, so I gotta bring over my bench here. Now I prefer to do this on the bench. You can do a dumbbell overhead press if you don't have a bench. Or what am I trying to say? Overhead extension with a dumbbell up over you like this, and you'll press up like that. But if you got the bench, or a way to elevate yourself off the ground so that your arms can come back, we're gonna do the skull crushers. So I gotta check what I used last time, and it was 30s. Oh. So we're gonna set back, we're gonna lean, press the dumbbells up, and the focus here is try to get that stretch on your triceps. Down. Try to keep your elbows stationary as much as you can. Sometimes I let them float back a little bit to get a stretch. 3, and I try to drive my pinkies up towards the ceiling. 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow down. Squeeze out of the top. Whew. Bring it back. Okay, we have 30 seconds. Firmer timer. Okay, I'm gonna turn the bench to the side so you can see from the side. Okay. Again, I like to keep my feet planted firmly on the ground. I gotta write down my reps here, which I hope you are doing as well. Write it down, like that is the most important thing that I can tell you. Got 13 reps. Okay, so because I got 13, I'm still within that 12 to 15 rep range. We're out of time, so I'm gonna stick with the 30s. Okay, so you'll see here, I'm gonna try my best to keep my elbows stationary. Sometimes I allow them to float back. Try to keep them stationary. Sometimes I'll go back like this to get a little extra stretch on my triceps. 2, keep your feet planted. Pinkies up towards the ceiling. Nope, that was bad form. So I'm dropping the weight. I gotta quickly grab my 20s here. Get right back into the form, and let's finish that set. See, that's it. Okay, that was all I had. When those reps start slowing down, you get that moment where you pause. Try to squeeze out as much as you can, and then drop the weight the next time. I've got about 20 seconds here. You'll see, because we got such short rest periods, your breathing, your cardiovascular system is going to be taxed. So the cool thing is you get a little cardio in here as well, which is pivotal for me as a dad. I got 4 kids. I don't have time to be spending an hour walking or even jogging on a treadmill. I gotta do this as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna notate down that I had 30s down to 20s for 8 reps, and then I had 20s for 4. So because of that, I'm gonna drop down and stick with the 20s. We're out of time. I gotta do another movement here. Here we go. Use your knees to press the dumbbells up if you want to. Plant your feet on the ground. Squeeze up. Try to extend those elbows all the way. I didn't quite make it there. Ready? Okay, that's the workout. There it is. I want you to take a few seconds to rest. We're a little over the 15 minutes because I'm too much of a talker here, but that's it. Take a minute, cool down. I'm gonna be putting out all really 7 workouts that you're gonna be getting for an entire week. They're all very short, 15-minute workouts. I want you to be able to use these, run them as many times as you need them, write them down. But there's 3 other phases that are very critical in order to help you progress past plateaus, whether it be with muscle gain or fat loss. So that program, again, full tutorials. Right now, it's 40% off. It's unfortunately not gonna be long. I'll keep trying to extend the discount as long as I can, but if you grab it now, that's probably the best time to grab it. You're gonna have full tutorials for all the workouts, alternative exercise. Like, this is made so that you can do this from home. And again, like I mentioned, there's a very special tool that I actually use with my coaching clients that's gonna help boost your recovery, allow you to get further faster with less input. And that's the critical thing for me, is like, how can I do this with as little time as possible? Do the least amount to get the biggest amount of change in your body. I'm still breathing. So all of that whole bundle, along with probably the best tips for nutrition that any expert will ever give you. And as well, I'm not a huge one for supplements, but there's a few things that I do take that will help get you an edge. And I give you all those recommendations with specific supplements that I do recommend. They're not affiliate links. I just put them in the program. Like, this is what I use. I highly recommend them. I vouch for these companies. Very simple things. You don't even need the supplements, but they help you give you that edge. So all of that is built into this program. And again, it's 4 workouts in one, 4 programs in one. All that in the bundle. But stay tuned, because day 3 is going to be coming out soon here. And if you haven't seen the first workout, that's going to be right up over here. But that full program is going to be right here and down below in the description. As always, go get strong, but first go give your kids a hug like I'm about to do, because the house is awake and bustling now, and I'll see you right up over here at the program.